Welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
Today we're going to review the Pyramid of Khufu.
Pyramid of Khufu. It's about time, eh?
It's about time.
It's about time. So, before we talk about how the game plays,
yes,
there is something that I want to mention first.
Okay.
So, we have mentioned it before, but I think this is really important. Steve and Claire Kluwer very graciously gave us this game and won for a giveaway. Now, it's important to know that this game was fully funded, 100% backed by Kickstarter. So what that means is all sales are now being donated to charity.
Wow.
Wow, right? Yeah. They're going to the Velindre Cancer Centre in Cardiff in Wales. I hope I got that name right, but it is going to the cancer hospital there. And all sales, 100% of the sales are going to charity. Amazing.
Yeah. It is, for a good cause.
So good. So good.
So amazing.
And not only that, this game has been produced 100% plastic free.
Wow.
Wow, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So when we got it, there was no shrink wrap. All of the components in it, their cards are just cardstock. All the little tokens, they're just all cardboard. There's no plastic. Completely 100% environmentally friendly.
I think there was only labels at the side of the box.
Yeah, holding the box on. Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. Thank you. We're so inspired.
So inspired. Such a great cause for the cancer hospital, and it's environmentally friendly. But how does it play?
We're going to check it out.
Yeah, so we're going to tell you how it plays, and we'll come right back here and let you know what we think about it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Right now.
Okay, so the Pyramid of Khufu is a card game, and it's only for 2 players.
Only.
There's a solo variant, so 1 or 2 players. Okay, and what it is players are building pyramids with their cards. Each pyramid is going to have 9 cards in it.
Okay.
Actually 10, but
the top one will be the pyramid top, right?
Exactly, just the top. But they're going to have 9 of their cards in their pyramid. Okay, so it's 4 on the bottom, 3, 2, and then they can cap it.
Yeah.
Also in the game, there are 9 sacred items.
That's important.
Very important, okay?
Yes.
So when players are building their pyramid, each card in their pyramid has to be a different sacred item.
All 9 of them.
All 9 of them. Okay? So there are 9 spots, and all 9 spots have to be filled with a different sacred item. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So in the deck, there are 9 sacred items, but there are 4 of each sacred item.
Okay.
And they're all valued. There's a 1, 2, 3, and 5 of each sacred item. And those are the points you get if they're in your pyramid.
Okay.
Okay? So how the game works is players are going to be placing the 9 sacred items in their pyramid. But each sacred item also has to be blessed by a god. They bless the secret items by turning them upside down and tucking them under the sacred item.
So you don't see them.
So you can't see them. Exactly. And once all 9 sacred items are in the pyramid and blessed by a god, then the player can place a capstone card on the top.
Does that end the game?
That ends the game immediately.
So if you're not the first player, you don't get your turn. As soon as the top is capped, then end of the game.
Exactly.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean you win.
Oh.
Okay.
Count the points.
That's right. Exactly. That just ends the game. Once the capstone has been placed, the game ends. Both players count up their points, and the player with the most points wins. Now, so that's the overview of the game.
Yeah.
That's how the game is played. So how do players take their turns? Okay, so when it's a player's turn, there are 3 phases. Okay, each player starts with 7 cards in their hand. Okay?
I know. I remember that. It's market phase,
Yep.
building phase,
Yes.
replenishment phase.
Replenish phase.
Replenish phase.
Yes, exactly.
Close enough. Not quite yet.
So, there is a deck of cards, and there will be 5 cards face up.
Okay.
So, the first phase is the market phase.
Yes.
So, from your hand on your turn, you do not have a choice. You have to take a card from the market. You have to discard 1 card into the discard pile. It can be the same card you just picked up. It doesn't matter. Any card. And then you flip a new card into the market.
Okay.
Okay? And that cycles through, that's how you cycle through the deck.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the market phase.
Okay.
Now, you are allowed to do 3 actions. Okay?
What are they?
Okay, so here are all the 3 actions you can do, and this is where the fun begins.
Okay.
So, and you can do 1 action 3 times. You can do any actions in any order as many times as you want, but you just have 3 actions.
Okay.
So, here are the actions you can do. First, you can take 1 of your secret items and place it in your pyramid.
Okay.
You start on the bottom row, you finish the 4, and
then build up.
Build up, okay?
Okay.
Now remember, you have to have 9 different sacred items in each spot.
What if you have the same one?
Okay, if you have the same one, let's say I have 1 secret item and I want to place the same secret item of a different value, I just tuck it under that sacred item. And then you'll count both values at the end of the game. The second one you can do is you can bless one of the sacred items with one of your god cards. Now, here's the trick. You can either place your god card in your own pyramid
Okay.
or in your opponent's pyramid.
Why do you want to do that?
Because some of them are horrible. Yeah. So what you do is you take your god card and you place it face down under one of your sacred items.
Yes.
Now, you are not allowed to look at these again.
So you have to remember.
You have to remember. And this is important because each god has a different name.
Yes.
They're all worth a value.
Okay.
But they also have another value that if they are in the same pyramid as a different god, then you plus or minus points.
Yes.
So you have to remember what's in your pyramid. And if your opponent puts one in your pyramid, you don't know what they put.
Yeah.
Now, each item can have 2 blessed gods.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that's blessing your sacred items.
Yeah, that's simple.
There are 3 action cards that you can play just by discarding them in the discard pile. One is you can steal a card from your opponent's hand blindly.
I love that.
Yep. Okay. The second one is you can look through the discard pile and pick one of those cards into your hand.
Yep.
And the third one is you can actually steal a sacred item from your opponent's pyramid.
How do you do that?
Well, you can't just do it right away. There's a card in the deck that's called the Robber's Tunnel.
It's robbery.
And that's another action that you can take is you can take your Robber's Tunnel and you place it beside your opponent's pyramid.
Yep.
At that point, now your robbers can go in and steal sacred items from your opponent's pyramid.
Wow. So you only need one robbery tunnel?
Yep, only
Robber's
one robber tunnel. Yep.
Yep.
And you can never get rid of it. Once I place one on your tunnel, it's there for the rest of the
So
game.
you probably want to build it very early.
Yep, exactly.
Sounds good.
But here's the catch, though. When you steal from somebody's pyramid,
Okay.
you can't just play the steal card and steal a card from a sacred item. When you play it, there is a die you have to roll. And the die will either be, it's kind of cool because it's Egyptian symbols, but it will either be 0, 1, or 2. So if you play the steal card and you roll the die and it's 0, guess what?
Nothing.
Your robbers found nothing in the pyramid.
Wah, wah, wah.
Now, there are also 3 actions you can do using the little tokens. Okay? Do you remember how I said you're never allowed to look at the god cards?
Yeah.
Well, for one of your actions, you can place your search token on one of your piles, which means the sacred items and the god under it. And now you can look at what's under it.
Now I feel like Indiana Jones.
You're searching it exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's search.
Yes.
Okay. Another action you can take with one of those tokens is protect.
Ooh.
You can put the protect token on any one of your piles, which means your opponent can never steal one of the sacred items, can never tuck a bad god under one of the piles,
Okay.
but you can also never place anything under it as well until you
Okay.
move that protect.
Fair enough.
It's like a shield over it.
I
Okay?
can picture that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And then the third token you
Yep.
can place is the hide token. And you place that when you place a card.
Okay.
When you put a sacred item in your pyramid, for one action, you can take a second action, put a hide on it, and flip it over,
Okay.
face down on your pile, so your opponent doesn't know what you put there.
Whoa, so fun.
But if you ever move that hide token to a different, then it
You
flips over.
reveal right away. Correct?
Exactly. Correct. The other action you can do
Yeah.
is if you don't have any cards you like, especially this happened more near the end of the game, if you don't have cards you like, for one action, you can just discard a card in the discard pile. Then discard another card for another action. And what that means is when you bring your hand back up, you're just drawing more cards from the top of the deck.
Yeah, because you have to have 7 in your hands, right?
That'll be the last phase. Exactly.
That's a strategy to do, eh?
Exactly. Then that brings me to there are different ways to set up this game. So you have 3 cards. The first card, which opens up the bottom layer, is always there no matter what level you play.
Yep.
But if you want a little bit harder game, you also have a Queen's Chamber card, which is the second row, and a King's Chamber card, which is the top row.
Wow.
In an easy game, those are already set up, and that means all of your chambers are open.
Yeah.
In a more advanced game, those cards are in the deck, and you have to find them. So when your bottom row, your subterranean chamber, is filled with its 4 cards, and you have a Queen's Chamber card in your hand, now you can place it to open up the Queen's Chamber.
Wow.
So that's a little bit more advanced. Okay, so those are all of the actions you can do. Then, as soon as you've done 3 actions, you always make sure at the end of your turn, in the third phase is replenish, you make sure your hand has 7 cards.
So if you have too much, just discard it. Yeah.
If you have less than 7, you draw back up to 7.
From the pile.
From the pile. Then it's the other player's turn.
That's pretty straightforward.
It is actually really straightforward, but wow, is it thinky, and it's pretty brutal sometimes.
Yes.
So basically the players go back and forth, going to the market, taking their 3 turns, replenishing. Then the opponent's turn. You keep going back and forth. But what you're doing is, and this happened to us, I was all the way up, and all I needed on my turn was to put the capstone to finish off my pyramid, but you stole all my cards, and I was stuck. Because if you steal one of the sacred items,
you have to fill it up, right?
I have to fill it up, but I can't fill it up with any card. I have to fill it up with a sacred item I don't already have placed.
Yeah. It is so amazing.
Right. So then when the last player places the capstone, the game ends immediately. And you count up your score. Now, you count up your score you count up all of the sacred items you have in your deck, or in your pyramid, not in your hand. Okay, even the ones that are tucked under. Then what we did to make it the easiest is we took all the god tiles that were blessing our sacred items, and we laid them all out in a row, because you have to look. If this card is in the same pyramid as a different god, then you get bonus points or minus points. So you had to match them all up and see what bonus points you got. And there were a lot of them.
Yes. At the end of the game, I was just trying to get as many gods cards as I can. Doesn't matter good or bad. If it's bad, I'll just give it to you.
Well, that's it, exactly.
That's the whole point of the game, right?
You put the good god cards under your secret items in your pyramid, and then you put the bad ones under the other players.
Yes.
But some of them, though, look bad, but they're not that bad.
Yes, they have their own points might be minus, but if you pair with another god in the same pyramid, their points actually adds up even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, turn the
Exactly.
negative into the positive. So that was really cool.
Now, there is something else as well. This comes with an expansion.
Yeah.
Which is another few cards that you can, their goals and things like that. But we'll let you guys explore that on your own. We haven't really explored that much yet. This is just kind of the base game.
Yes.
Right. But yeah. So what do you think?
What do I think? We have to make 3 things we love about this game because there's so many to talk about.
Yeah.
Yes. I think this game is very straightforward. But the very difficult part is you have to remember the gods.
Yeah.
Who to pair with whom and who does bad to whom.
Yeah.
That's the very hard part.
Yeah,
the whole game I was studying, like, I take the skill I had when I was waitress. Just remember everyone's order and just remember whose name is who and what does he do with whom.
Yeah.
That's how I beat you.
Absolutely. That's
I
how
remember
you beat me.
try my best to remember all their names and what they do.
100% that's how you beat me. I really didn't pay attention to what gods I was putting in. I was literally just putting the good ones under mine and the bad ones under yours. Whereas I think you were really paying attention and trying to match them.
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
I was reading very hard.
That's right. And I think you beat me by about 10 points.
About
10 points. I mean, the scores were only like 100 and...
Yeah. You know that where that 10 points come from though, because my points, like you said, it was up and down. At one point, I actually kept moving back and I was worried.
Yeah.
But then there was a set of cards, there's 3 gods, and one of the gods is really strong. She's kind of powerful, in love with this one, so the score go up.
Yeah.
And then helping this one, so the score go up. So I actually end up go forward 11 steps.
Yeah.
And you went, what?
Yeah, it's true.
That's
it's
when
true.
I beat you.
That's actually a really good point, is that what I really like about it is if God A gets bonus points for God B, that doesn't mean that God B also gets bonus points for God A.
Not necessarily.
So this god gets bonus points for this god, but this god will get bonus points for a different god.
Yes.
So they don't mix with each other.
It's a net.
Yeah, it's like a love triangle.
I love it. So this is what we think about it.
Yeah. Okay. For the game, I highly recommend it.
Yep.
I think you should just go out and get it because I think it's a great game.
Yes.
But all of your sales are going straight to charity.
Yeah.
So what do you have to lose?
Yes.
Well, honestly, okay, worst case scenario, you don't like the game, but you just sent the money to charity.
Yes.
You're going to like the game.
You would definitely like the game. It is so well planned and well designed. I love it too.
Yeah.
One of the comment in our giveaway video, thank you, Ewan. He said that, put it this way, even if I don't win the game, the contest, I will go get the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It just, thank you.
Yeah.
It's just supporting.
Yeah,
supporting good cause.
We're gonna leave the links of where you can purchase this game, and there's the UK link and then the international link. So we're gonna leave those below.
Okay.
I don't know how many people have played it, but if you do get your hands on it and you play it, leave a comment for us. We would love to hear what you think of it.
Yes, we want to talk about different strategies.
Yeah, definitely.
How I keep stealing.
Yes, you did. Very good at it. So that's it. I'm kind of, as usual, jibber-jabbered quite a bit about this, but it's good.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
We don't mind jibber-jabber about good stuff.
Absolutely. So, there you go, everybody.
Until next time.
Go ahead and get another game off of your nerd gels.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye now.